Hi, this is Johnny Dioxide from Johnny Dioxide and the Ghost Rock Radio, and I'm here to talk with the Enrons about your new favorite song, Red Turtle.
Hello and welcome to Your New Favorite Song, a podcast brought to you by the Enrons, where each week we will feature a recently released song from an independent artist. My name is Bernard Ennis and I'll be your host. Today I'll be talking to Johnny Dioxide from Johnny Dioxide and the Ghost Rock Radio about their song Red Turtle, which is a song about pure and overwhelming love and was inspired by the Toshio Suzuki film of the same name. Mm-hmm. Hi, Johnny.
Hello.
How are you?
Good to be here. How are you
glad to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Could you maybe start off by telling the listeners a little bit about Johnny Dioxide and the Ghost Rock Radio?
Sure.
And a bit of your inspiration and a bit about yourself.
Well, we're based out of Austin, Texas, and we are right now kind of in a bit of we're definitely in a live show hiatus. We haven't played a live show in a very long time, but we still get together and hang out and grill and watch movies and stuff like that. We still jam every once in a while too, just waiting for everything to open back up again. But when we were open, we were playing shows all the time, doing all sorts of things from independent indie rock to gypsy jazz to Texas swing. We had a lot of fun, and we call ourselves the Ghost Rock Radio because for one, I call my music Ghost Rock because I make music for ghosts. That's how I started. Because when I was in my room, in my bedroom, there was a ghost in there with me, and so I would, perform for the ghost, and so that kind of made it so I would want to perform a whole set and like to actually do it as though it was a real thing, which it was, because there's a ghost in there. And I mean,
there's an audience.
There's an audience, yes. And I know for sure there was definitely one in there, at one point.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I have a crate of records, and they were all leaning against the back of the crate. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one of the records flipped from the back to the front. Then the next record, and then the next record, about 3 or 4 more. I stopped on a George Barnes record. And so
good taste.
Yeah, great taste. Yeah, I love George Barnes.
It goes with good taste.
Yeah, and so I figured I better play that record. Otherwise, you don't want to upset the ghost. So, yeah.
Okay, so and Ghost Rock is rock you play for a ghost, or does it have a particular sound of its own?
Well, it's rock, yeah. It's just music that we play for ghosts, and this character, it's from a ghost, and music for ghosts, by ghosts, produced by ghosts, written by ghosts. So some of it's a little more haunting sounding, whereas Red Turtle's not so much like a hauntingly ghastly song, but there's some songs that are a little more like.
Okay, he's gonna get this. Go on
then. A wayward wanton man would tiptoe on the bread, connecting Her Majesty's craft to the port, untied it just for sport. Amelie's. So that's the one that you kind of have.
Whoa.
So that's a song.
Great stuff.
Thanks, man. That's a song about a ghost. The song's done, but I'm recording it right now.
Okay, and that's going to be released some point in the future, I hope.
Yeah. So I'm still wondering what the best way of releasing stuff is. If because I have a whole album of stuff, and I don't know if it should be released all at once because that's the way it's meant to be heard, or nowadays everyone's releasing singles because you release one single and then it's it's there and it's on people's release radar. It's like all this stuff. It's like, so the business side of it suggests to release it single by single, but like I want to have it all in a cohesive package. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's also a way you could do that. Is I believe that I don't know which distributor you use, but I use DistroKid.
Yeah.
Which allows you to make an album.
Really?
And add to it later.
Oh.
So you might want to look into that and see if you could release, because everybody's talking about this, releasing singles, getting traction.
Yeah.
And getting on this Spotify algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get onto that, then it starts to build up.
Yeah.
And if you just plop 12 tracks on Spotify, you get a peak, and then it takes a year before you get another 12 tracks.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky,
Takes me a few years.
And the idea is, if you can, you make the album which has one song on it, and then you add to it every time, but you release it as a sort of a single.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you've got a package. You've got an album.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there are, that's perhaps something you could think of to promote your music.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
The way that works. It's you put a lot of time and effort into making a record, and without a big label behind you.
Yeah.
You've got no way of promoting it, really. Nobody knows who you are.
Yeah. Well, especially without live shows, we have a live show, we can make a really big, extravagant, put together a big show with a lot of, great bands, and then say, we got this record, so then, we don't do that anymore, at least for the time being.
So do you play, I mean, you're playing shows, are you playing local shows, or are you playing festivals, big shows? What kind of places we can see you?
Mostly local Texas shows, Austin and San Antonio, Dallas. And then, the occasional festival. But we used to play at this one bar all the time called the Whip In. We really like playing there. It's a bar that's also a restaurant, and it's also a convenience store. So you'd have people coming in to buy beer. They say, "Oh, I like this music. Maybe instead of just a 6-pack, I'll also get a drink here." So it's like a really good setup to play to new people. So yeah, I miss it.
I bet. I miss playing live as well, but it will come back at some point. To keep sharp.
Yeah.
Time to work on your recorded music.
Exactly. Yeah.
Get those albums out.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like everyone else, right?
It's just like everyone else. Yeah.
I mean, I try to log into CD Baby every time. I have to refresh like 20 times because I think so many people are using that server right now.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's releasing music, but then that's the way it is, and trying to find your own audience. That's basically why we're doing this podcast, to try and get a bit more attention for independent artists. To highlight the kind of people that don't really have a lot of promotion or a lot of big audiences.
Yeah.
So I did ask you to for some. I got some icebreaker questions, something a little bit off key. Would you call it off left base or something?
Out of left field.
Left field, yeah. So to surprise you.
You got your idioms down. What's your natural language, by the way?
English. I'm British.
Oh, well, I thought that I was listening to that song of yours that was in another language. No?
In Dutch.
It was in Dutch, right?
Yes, it is. It's in Dutch. Yeah, I live in Holland.
Yeah.
And my partner is Ron. He's Dutch.
Oh, okay.
And actually, most of our music is written in English.
Yeah.
But we had a friend of ours who wrote a poem in Dutch,
Oh, okay.
and Ron had written a kind of a bit of a ditty around it, and I decided to translate it into English. So we've done half of it in English, and the second half is in the first half is in Dutch, and the second half is in English. But the rest of our stuff is all in English. So
that was the song that I was introduced to your music in, so that's why I figured, it was that you were, mostly a Dutch band, or I thought it sounded Norwegian. But what do I know, man?
Yeah, well, it's the same family. It's a Germanic family,
yeah.
so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
So here comes the first hardball out of left field.
All right, here we go.
If you could learn one new personal skill, what would it be?
Oh. Well, probably skateboarding, like to get really good, because that is what I'm trying to do right now, because I got nothing else to do because I'm unemployed, like doubly, because I was I'm a bartender and a musician, so everything's closed for me. So I've been going to the skate park and like just being a total dweeb, like I can't do anything, and I got all my pads on, because I'm like, I'm an old man now, so I'm like just looking at these like 14, 15-year-old kids just doing all these tricks in front of me, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And I wipe out but I've been obsessing over it. I've been watching skate videos and just like I don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of like you kind of need something to latch onto, I think, So that would be what I would want to be. Yeah, I want to be like Rodney Mullen.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah. I'll promote more practice, I think.
A lot more. But not too much, because I don't want to die.
Okay, well, it's kind of on the same theme.
Yeah.
Does your girlfriend, I guess your girlfriend, does your girlfriend think you are a good dancer?
Wow. She says so, but she's actually, so that's when we first started dating, she would go to the White Horse, which is a little honky tonk here in Austin, and she took me, and I didn't know, I had, at that point I had 2 left feet, and I was just so clumsy and stepping on her toes and all that. But at this point, I think I can hold my own, and we were, when it was open, we were going there, once every couple of weeks, just dance around. We always see the same people there. So I think she says I'm a passable dancer, and she like, I'm not too flashy. There's some people that are like spinning her around all over the place, and like, I just keep it steady and the occasional classy spin, not stepping on any toes.
Now, that's always a good one with the ladies. Don't step on their toes.
But she needs to see me on a Dance Dance Revolution pad, because that's where I shine. I used to do that when I was a kid. I love that. Have you ever do that? You ever play that?
No, I never play. I'm not a great dancer.
Wow. If you're a musician, you got to have some rhythm. I'm sure you'd be able to.
I got some rhythm.
You'd be able to do the Dance Dance Revolution. You got 4 options, This era, era, that era,
All right. Well, this is this not something we didn't have that kind of stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We had this ping pong thing that with paddles on the television.
Oh, the Atari.
But, no, before the one before with the 2. It's just manipulating a cathode ray tube. So you actually just the pong that goes from one side to the other.
That's what it was.
That was what
cathode rays. Really? That was all it was.
Yeah, with the old television, it's just a cathode ray tube.
Wow.
So basically, you have the cathode ray just scans across the screen. So what you do is you basically manipulate the rastering of the ray, so that it moves the pedals up and down.
So that's why it's just either white or black. It's just 1 or 0.
Yeah. Just old school.
Old school. Yeah. Old school's the best.
Now
school.
we're talking about childhood, which leads me on to my last icebreaker question, which is, what's the funniest thing you did as a kid that your parents still talk about to this day?
Oh man. So I went fishing with my dad and my uncles, and I was like a little 7-year-old kid, and it was up in Wisconsin, up in Lake Wisconsin. It was just frigid cold water, and so I was up there with my dad, my grandpa, and we had our bait was minnows, little tiny minnow fish, and so I had my dad. He told me I had to grab the minnows out of the little cart, and then I don't know. He started calling me Minnow Boy, and then all of his brothers were calling me Minnow Boy, and it was just like this. I ended up just crying. I'm like, I'm not your Minnow Boy, and then now, even still, 20 years later, my uncles still call me Minnow Boy and quote me on that. And so it's humiliating. It's nice and humiliating. Always brings up fresh, makes those painful memories fresh.
Child trauma in the podcast.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving swiftly along.
But you can call me Minnow Boy from here on out if you like.
No, I think Johnny Dioxide's much better. You look more like a Johnny Dioxide than a Minnow Boy.
Oh, thank you. I'm a Minnow Man now.
A Minnow Man, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to the song, Red Turtle. And what is, for people who haven't heard it, what is the song about?
So it's a love song. It's, it's just kind of about, because I think that on a certain frequency, love is really simple and pure, and I didn't want to muck that up too much. And so I just, so first I saw this movie called Red Turtle, and it's a beautiful, beautiful movie. It's a animated film, and there's basically no dialogue in it. It just portrays the love between a man and a woman, his family. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And so after seeing that movie, I just was plucking around on the guitar, and then the chorus, I just want to tell you how much I love you, came out, and I was like, since I still had Red Turtle fresh in my brain, that's when I decided, well, I'm gonna create a red turtle as the just the character that kind of moves the love along, in the way the movie does too. So it kind of carries the song along, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, because the Red Turtle features in this beautiful stop motion video that accompanies the song.
Oh yeah, that was made by Kelly, my girlfriend, Kelly Norris. She's an award-winning filmmaker here in Austin. She was awarded the Audience Award in the Austin Film Festival for her film Sombras de Azul. It's filmed in Cuba. And then her next film was called Nakom, and she filmed that in Ghana. And that was nominated for an Independent Spirit Award, premiered at Berlinale. Yeah, she's the one you should be interviewing, honestly.
Yeah, but she's not a musician, so he probably doesn't need the attention. Don't tell her that.
Oh, I need it though. I need it. Yeah, she's more than behind the scenes, she's behind the camera. Even though she's beautiful, I always tell her she should be on the other side of the camera. But that's her passion.
That's her passion. So, and her Instagram, she also has an Instagram page, which is Beat Chick.
Yeah, Beat Chick with no C, BEATCHIK, Beat Chick.
Right,
like
okay.
a beatnik, but a beat chick.
But a beat chick, obviously. Yeah. Yes. Very clever. Nothing left to chance. So, so you started off the songwriting, like I guess a lot of people, with a guitar or a single instrument. And how did you progress it further? Because you've got this very nice muted strum thing going on in this guitar, in the guitar parts.
Oh, give me all your loving, give me all your hugging, give me all your kisses. Oh, so delicious when the red turtles swim to the deep blue sea. Yes, give me all your loving, give me all your hugging, give me all your kisses. Oh, so delicious when the red turtles swim to.
How did you develop that?
I think, I think I'm just always, when I started playing songs, it was like Chili Peppers, Modest Mouse, I love these bands. And, but then, so it's always been that, there's always been a love of someone to influence why I want to play and what I want to sound like. And at this point, it's Django Reinhardt. He's my absolute favorite, actually.
Jazz.
Yeah, I don't got this, but he's my screensaver with his
okay.
quintet, du Hot Club du France. But yeah, so I'm always always aspiring to be better, like him, and then Eldon Shamblin in like the Texas Playboys. So I play in a group. It's another group called the Pendulum Hearts. It's a Texas swing group, and that one I get to really have a lot of fun with the guitar. Like I get to do solos like every song if I want. It's like that's like a dance. So people be dancing. So it's just dance music. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not as artistically, it's not as profound,
Yeah, as the ghost music.
Yeah. As anyone that wants to have their original music, listen to and appreciate it. This is just like, all right, go on and dance. Thank you, dancers.
Yeah. You set a beat up and everybody starts, feet start tapping and heads start nodding and the body starts moving.
Hot jazz.
Yeah. I know how that goes. And so you've got the Ghost Rock Radio is a full band, or is it just you?
That's a full band. I got Roberto Fabre. He's a guitar player from Mexico City. He went to school there to study jazz guitar, and now he lives in Austin. Got Caitlin Crabclaw 2000. She's our bass player, but she actually went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and she studied flute and viola there, so she also does that. There's a track that I got her playing flute on coming out soon. And then Connor Strickland's our drummer, and he's a native Austinite, which is a rare thing these days. Everybody else is moving in, but he's a badass drummer, and he also is a painter. He's got some amazing paintings that he does. I got one in my living room. That's the band, actually. Yeah, but I'm also training. I'm training my girlfriend to play synth. So
nice.
Kelly's gonna be in the band. Yeah. So kind of like Paul and Linda. Linda was playing the synth lines.
Exactly. Yeah. She was actually a pretty good synth player.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I mean, those synth parts in Band on the Run are like the best parts of the songs.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's like
a very underrated musician.
Yeah,
but people hated her because she was,
I know. It's just misogynist.
I never understood that.
It's misogynist.
She made some fantastic photos and then turned into a great synth player. And I think, anyway, that's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah.
So, so you've got this band, and do you then? How do you build up the song? Do you start off with a guitar riff, or do you start off with in this particular song?
For Red Turtle, or for for Red?
No, for Red Turtle.
For Red Turtle, it was the riff, and then so I was like, I had the riff, and I just woke up, so I'm gonna be really weird. The voice is weird right now, so I can't. I just want to tell you, baby, I just want to tell you how much So I had that, and I thought it sounded nice.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I just thought, well, maybe I need something that'll be dynamic to that. So like, red turtle swimming into the deep blue, red turtle swimming through me and you. So then when it comes back, it's like a big dynamic thing. And so then we had, then I had the band came in, and I just presented that to them. I said, I want this part to be big and this part to be more chill. That's up to the drums mostly, and then we have Roberto come and play a solo. He does his a little differently from the recording, because I recorded that solo 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago. I had written that solo, and I needed it to be that solo, so I just played it,
Yeah. So you had to learn the solo for the song.
Right. But he plays a different solo when we play live. I like his solo a lot too, but I love my solo. I just wanted to keep mine. So.
Yeah, you have to be careful because they'll become a kind of a master version people will associate with.
I guess that's
how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's like if you go and see a Rolling Stones concert.
Yeah.
Or any big artist that anybody can name.
Yeah.
And they start playing, let's say, Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
And they don't start off the
Yeah.
Everybody's going, what the fuck?
Yeah. Right.
It's got to have that. It's got to have, and that becomes a kind of ingrained in your mind.
Well, I guess that's a good.
You have to be careful with the solo.
I guess that'll be a good problem to have. At this point, people will just say, "Hey, that's a good solo that Roberto's playing." They won't know my song. I don't know, man.
Okay. So, did you guys record the song yourselves, or did you go to a studio?
Yeah, I just have all this stuff set up here. So I did it here, and a little bit at a time. Like, there's so much work and so much learning to do, like to do it yourself. But I just don't have money to be in a studio. If I was going to be in a studio, I wouldn't want to care about money or time, just so like I can just take my time with it and just get it exactly the way I want to, when I'm doing it, I want to experiment, and so that's why I just I got to do it myself at this point. If I want it to sound compositionally the way I want it to, whereas the production, I know I'm not achieving the same production that I could if I was in a professional studio, but for that stuff, I want to, I just want to have unlimited time.
Which you have to pay for.
Right, time is money.
Time is money. But so you do all of the mixing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what do you use to?
Reaper.
Reverb.
Reaper.
Oh, Reaper. Oh, Reaper. Yeah. Which is this kind of free.
Yeah.
I think it's more or less free.
It is
you
free,
can also
and
pay.
They always try to guilt you into buying it in the beginning, and they make you wait 5 seconds before you have to still say, I'm still evaluating it, and you have to live with that dissonance, because I'm not evaluating it anymore. I know I like this. I'm using it.
Yeah. But it's also not that expensive. But I mean, if you're struggling for money.
Yeah, it's only like $69 or something like that. But I mean, I'm at a point where I can't spend money if I don't need to. I really appreciate it.
I guess.
I appreciate Reaper, and I recommend it to anyone that's looking for something to learn and to get started with. And if you have the money, give them a little, they're good folks.
They love back.
Yeah, and it's all open source. So people can update it on their own, and I mean it's always getting updated, and it's just it's such a great system.
Yeah. So and when you does it have? I haven't used Reaper, so does it have a full suite of audio effects and the kind of stuff that you would normally use?
It's got its own reverb and delay and all that stuff. But you can I actually use a free VST for my reverb. It's called Solo. I love that reverb. But yeah, it's got all this effects. It's got a gain effect. It even has a synth. It's not that great though, but it operates much in the same way as Pro Tools.
All right. And do you put the effects on in the DAW, or do you also record like on your guitar? You've got effect pedals on your guitar.
Yeah. So
put it through an amp.
I like to for my guitar, I like to go through my effects pedals because I got them sounding the way I want them to, and then I really like my amp a lot, and so I want that all picked up, and so I have that dialed in because I've played these songs so many times live, and so so that's what I use. Let's see if I can grab this without breaking too many things. Got my pedal board here.
Oh.
This is my favorite one, the Super Trem.
Which is?
The Super Trem.
The Super Trem, yeah.
Yeah, such a nice warm tremolo. And then this one right here, it's a delay pedal. I use it to get like a nice slap back if I'm doing some country stuff. And then my tuner and compressor. But yeah, I usually use that because it's just, I have it so dialed in, and I want to use, I can't replicate it that well with digital stuff.
With digital stuff, okay. And so then you record that then from your amp into your DAW, and then just do, I guess, a bit of compression, EQ stuff.
Just like this, compression, EQ. Sometimes I'll use some of the VSTs that I've got, but for the most part,
for the most part, it's pretty clean. Signal in to signal out. Yeah. Okay, and do you do the mastering also yourself, or do you?
No, I have a guy here who does it. He charges $25 a song. It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and he's a pro and he knows what he's doing. Because I've also used these programs that automatically do it, and I don't know. It's just I'd rather have a human do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've started mastering our own stuff, and it's really a lot.
You master? Do you mix and record it as well?
Yeah, I mixed it. I started off recording with the EP that we did. We did all with line in.
Yeah. From
acoustic guitars, which it's okay if you're doing the full band because you can put the acoustic right down in the mix. But when you're just doing acoustics, because we're just basically acoustic guitars, you have to have mics. Yeah. Because otherwise it sounds so thin and
you really catch
pick up
the sound,
that full body sound. So that's a bit of a process. It's taken, and we're still learning. I mean, the dunes that you talked about, that's actually in that mix is a mic, but it's a dynamic mic. That's a SM57, and also the line in.
Yeah,
it's a really nice. But now I've got some small condenser mics, which sound really, really nice. Yeah. It's a lot different. So, but yeah, I mean, I mixed and mastered the dunes on my own.
Sounds great.
But it's
you did a good job.
Yeah. Thanks. But it's really hard. It's really hard.
I know. It's like we're musicians, and so we're focused on just the sonic quality of it right now.
Yeah.
And now we have to learn how to, bring it into a wire and have it onto a computer and then make it sound nice to get. Like it's just
make it. Yeah, exactly.
So much when you're DIY,
Yeah, you have to learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we're coming pretty much to the end. So the first, what I would like to before we leave is what's new, what's coming up, what are the exciting things that are happening in the in the fall, in the near future for you guys?
Well, coming up next, we got Mr. Disco San Francisco. It's a dance number. It's gonna have a music video. It's about this. I want to say pansexual crime lord who was cast away to one of the moons of Jupiter, It's set in the future. And he's just kind of rambling about his life story and kind of bragging a little. It's a fun song. It's got a good chorus. It's like, call me Mr. Disco. I'm Mr. Disco, San Francisco. And then we got Roberto wrote a fantastic hook for that chorus. And we have a live version of it that we recorded at our last show that we played, which was for a benefit show for Bernie Sanders. So that tells you how long ago that was, when he was still in the race.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, because I was just thinking when you're saying you're trying to describe this song, it reminded me of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going for. Like that image of it's just a bizarre.
The image of Tim Rice coming down the elevator.
Sexually craven man, like, you know. Yeah.
It was just it was just a brilliant film, and that just completely that image of Tim Rice coming down with this kind of, what is it? It's like a bodice and a. It's like this amazing. If you haven't seen the film,
I love that.
You've got
to
go see that. You've got to see that film. It's like 100 years old.
Yeah,
it's quite old, but it's
the motorcycle.
So brilliant.
My favorite part is the motorcycle. You know, when it comes.
Yeah, I mean, Meatloaf's in that film.
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon is in that film. Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing. The quality of that film. So. What about other things like? I mean, you're a poor artist, and Barman. Is there somewhere we can help you buy your merchandise, buy your records?
Yeah, I guess I've got a Bandcamp, just johnnydioxide.bandcamp.com. It's got my album Moon Tower on it. Which is a concept album that I wrote for Kelly, my lady. And then I also have a album called Indigo Radio, which is kind of a collection of all the songs that I'd written when I was younger and recorded them. And then it's also got Red Turtle, and should be more stuff soon. And also just got a button maker, so probably gonna make some buttons soon. That's fun.
And they're going to be on Bandcamp as well. They're going to be on your merch page.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'll probably sell them at live shows whenever we do that again. You know, it's just so difficult with the internet. There's just so much noise. You know, it's like hard to really, and I don't want to
cut through.
Yeah, and I don't really want to come off too promote-y, So I don't know. I don't normally post about that kind of stuff. It's there. So I appreciate you asking me about it.
And where can we find you on the internet? Promote. Come on, this is your time.
Go to johnnydioxide.com right now and make sure you click subscribe. Add ourselves to the email list, and we'll bother you once every 6 months or so because I forget to do that. johnnydioxide.com. Got that.
johnnydioxide.com.
But we're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, just type that in. Yeah.
Okay, and the very last thing is, do you have a favorite new song that we can push out to other people?
A favorite new song, like a modern song that just came out?
Yeah, or whatever.
Well, I've been jamming to William Onyebar a lot. I love his stuff. You know him? It's like a African dance music from the 70s.
Okay.
He has a song, Atomic Bomb. That's a fantastic song. I definitely recommend it.
Atomic
Bomb.
Atomic Bomb. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that song.
Oh, I have to check it out.
It always, if I'm in a bad mood, I put that song on and I feel good, because it's talking about the atomic bomb. It's like this neuroses of like what's going to happen with that, and but they turn it into this beautiful dance song with a call and response. It's a good song. Yeah,
I can remember. I'm old enough to remember when the atomic bomb was a real threat.
Right.
in the 70s, everybody was really worried about the atomic bomb. So I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
And what I will do is we will put all of your links, and I know you hate promotion, but we're going to put all of your links to everything that we're going to bombard you with johnnydioxide.com in the show notes under the podcast at the end of the show. So it only remains for me to say thank you very much to Johnny Dioxide and to wish him all the best of luck with his Ghost Rock Radio.
Thank you very much, Bernard. It's Bernard or Bernard?
Whatever. Bernard,
Bernard.
usually.
Yeah, that's Bernard. Bernard. Yeah.
Bernard, yeah.
Accent on the first. Bernard, thank you very much for having me here. So
it's been a pleasure. It really has been a pleasure. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Me and you, red turtle swimming to deep blue sea. Baby, I just wanna tell you.
We hope you enjoyed this podcast and that you come away with an appreciation of the creative process and, more importantly, have found your new favourite song. All of the songs featured in the show are on our Spotify playlist, The Enrons New Favourites, and you can find all the links mentioned in the podcast in the show notes below. Next week, I'll be talking to the incredible vocalist Lisa McFarlane about the necessity of breaking up with the one you love. If you enjoyed this podcast, then please hit the subscribe button and leave a review on iTunes, Spotify, or the podcast app that you're listening on. If you want to help us to continue making and growing the podcast, as well as releasing new music, then you can either buy us a coffee or become a regular patron. See the show notes for details. Thanks for listening, and see you next week.